remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-di-da-di-da. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-di-da-di-da. Breakfast with Bob.
Honcho Man, everyone. We are presented by EAS Sports Nutrition, Cliff Bar, Timex, Roca, Tanya Pura Resort, Rudy Project, and Slow Twitch. Meredith Kessler has had an amazing season. 6 big wins. How you feeling?
Thank you, Bob. Oh, I'm so excited to be back here on the island. Yes.
This is one of your favorite places, huh?
It is, absolutely. Though I have to say, race-wise,
yes.
Kona, I said this yesterday, it reminds me of an elevator. Okay, here's why.
Yes.
Sometimes we take it to the penthouse and we get these amazing views and 5-star service and lush amenities. And other times we take it down to the dungeon, the basement where it's sort of dark and goth. And I have only taken Kona to the dungeon.
You really haven't had a Meredith Kessler race here.
No, I mean, we got 7th 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the first time I've cracked the top 10, if you will. But, you know, I've been coming over and over and over again. But as we know, a negative mind will never, you know, give you a positive life. So we just have to, the power of positivity.
But you've had an awesome season.
Thank you.
And was there something you did in the off season? I know you work with Matt Dixon and Purple Patch. What did you do anything different?
You know what? I'm a creature of habit. You know, I've been with my husband since I was 14. I'm 37. I have been with my coach for nearly 12 years, and I feel like you grow within your coach, and you interviewed Matt as well. But you know, we have done a little different things. Twofold. One, we've worked on the running. I don't want to be in the coffin anymore, or in the dungeon, if you will, when I'm out there on a Leahy Drive and on the Queen K running. I really want to care, and I want to be racing to the finish line. And so we've strongly heightened the running specificity and done a little changes there. In addition, working on how to manage the heat and humidity, which is a huge factor for me. I train in 50 to 70 degrees, so this is like a sauna.
And so did you do some camps over here? What did you do?
You know what? No, I've been working, you know, a big sponsor of mine is Red Bull, which I feel very fortunate, and a gentleman there named Dan Turner, you know, he's an exercise scientist, and he's helped me try to deliver. We're trying to work on that perfect puzzle piece of nutrition and hydration out there where it'll be sustainable.
So when you look back at all of your Ironman races, and I know there's north of 50. What's the total now?
Well, Kona will be 55 finishes.
55 finishes.
Right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
What do you look back at? Was there one that sticks out as that was the one that meant the most to me?
Sure. I would say our first year as pro in 2010, you know, I was an age grouper 9 years. Right. And then my first 2 years as a pro, still worked full time. The first 2, I think we're on year 7 right now. So I didn't go pro till I was 30-ish, and I'm 37 now. But I think winning our first Ironman in 2010, it was our first year as a pro. And, you know, I went back to the office the next day, and I was sitting at my desk with my compression socks under my skirt. And I was thinking, in that moment, in that, you know, 9 a.m. with my morning latte, and I was thinking, I think it's time. It's time to take this risk. And you know, just because you win an Ironman doesn't mean you're suddenly, you can have all this money, and we know that. But it was like the first time where we wanted to take a risk. And I know my Midwest Ohio parents, where I'm from, they were like, wait, you're not having a paycheck every 2 weeks? But to this second, it's the best risk we've ever taken. And my Midwest parents are delighted that we took the risk. And now it's just trying to capitalize on this small window of opportunity we have the next X amount of years.
Do your Midwest parents come here to Hawaii?
No, my mom stresses. My mom's allowed at half Ironman. She is
freaks
better
out too much?
on a computer screen. Yes. So they come to Vineman every year. Okay. They come to the shorter ones, and we let her be close to home and on a computer where she can just breathe.
So you're like the ultimate tour guide, because you've been to so many different Ironmans around the world. Your favorites?
Well, you can't get past Taupo, New Zealand.
It's beautiful.
Ironman, New Zealand.
How many times you won that one?
Well, we're trying to go for a 5-peat this year. Yeah. So, and I'm fortunate. We're gonna go twice. We're gonna go to Taupo in December here.
Oh,
I'm just racing as much as possible. We're going to the 70.3 mid-December.
Yes.
And then we'll come back in March for the full.
And what is it about Taupo?
Taupo it's genuinely a haven, okay, Bob? It is the culture, the people, the town really embraces the Ironman. Not that every town Ironman goes in, the town embraces it.
Right.
This one is just extra authentic, and it's a really special place. Plus, my husband loves it, and he can do his fly fishing, and it's also like wine country is only an hour away, so it's a great way to go celebrate, life after the race and go out there for a couple days.
Yeah, like you said, you've been in top 10 here, and I'm sure you want to be top 5 and potentially win this race. Well, what would you be happy with this year?
This race, I keep saying this, is the 40 other women out there are certainly the competition. Don't get me wrong. I put them on a pedestal, of course, but my personal competition are the elements. I need to manage the elements, energy, emotions. Those are my 3. And
that's plenty.
If we can if we can manage and compartmentalize when things go south and manage those 3, then based on what we've done, you've got to produce the best day for you. And so what's great is I've never done well in Kona. I've always been in the dungeon. So it will be a huge value add if I can do those 3 E's to try to, get the top 10 or get top 5 or whatever that may be. And that's what we're gunning for. Feeling good, caring, racing to the finish.
This is the type of event or this type of sport that is, you have to be very self-centered, right? You've got to get my running, my cycling, my training in. At the same time, you're one of those athletes who gives back. And you've been very involved with the Challenged Athletes Foundation, and I've seen you at Ironman Arizona, and so you get choked up being at the San Diego Triathlon Challenge and being out there and next weekend watching kids at that running clinic. What is it about the Challenged Athlete Foundation and those athletes that help motivate you to do what you do?
Sure. Well, a couple of things on what you just asked is, gunning for a world championship race is so marquee, and it would be absolute icing on the cake. For me, it's the selfish part of the sport. I'm not married to the sport. This is my job.
Yes.
And I have a life outside of the sport, and I'm married to my husband, and I'm married to my friends, my family. So for me, no world championship title, and I don't mean to devalue the integrity of a world championship title. My point is the balance of it all is I want to be remembered as the best wife, sister, friend, mentor, in person versus the athlete. And so that's why winning is amazing. And I don't take for granted any wins that we've covered. But when you mention the challenge athlete, that for me is more important, the side of giving back or surrounding yourself with people who enrich your life. And challenge athletes, for me, that they do that for me every time. It's why we do our fundraiser every year. It's why I love and I cherish and I relish in getting to spend that next weekend at the Challenge Athlete Foundation with all the kids and all the challenge athletes racing in the best triathlon.
Love that. Meredith, have a wonderful day on Saturday.
Thank you.
Always an honor to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Good luck at number 55.
That's right. Thank you.
55 and 15. I think those are good numbers to go together here.
That's a good number. And on a side note, my husband and I, been together since high school. But the reason 55 is our favorite number is whenever we didn't want to say I love you and because we were so young, it was kind of cheesy and dorky. Our favorite restaurant was called 55. So anytime we just wanted to say I love you, we just say 55.
Meredith Kessler has been our guest. I love that.
Thank you.
55. We're presented by EA Sports Nutrition, Cliff Bar, Timex, Roca, Tanya Porta, Rudy Project, Slow Twitch. Take us out, Poncho Man.
Do you remember when we used to sing sha la 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 da da sha la 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 da da breakfast with Bob. Oh yeah.
Poncho Man.